It's good to finally meet your friends. Yeah, Kirby, you heard right. Party at my place. I'm going to get blamed for this. Breaking parole. Guaranteed.
Hey, everybody. It's Stranger Oddities coming back with you. And, yeah, you heard the title right on this one. This title has to do with can you justify it? And it's regards to, you guys know, I had purchased a Wilson Combat CQB Elite. And it's quite a big purchase. I've, of course, I've been kind of flirting around with them for quite some time, all the way back when I first really got into 1911s. I did always wonder why they cost so much and all that. So, and I've always said, I've said, well, if somebody wants to show me or whatever, walk me through it, explain to me why they cost the way they, with the heavy price tag, for say, on them. So, I'm glad that I didn't make the decision some time back, because as I got further into 1911s and more into collecting them, for say, and then also shooting them a lot at the range, and just really getting to kind of get familiar with them. It wasn't until then, once I kind of understood certain things about them, and then when I did finally see the Wilson in person and actually check it out, I realized the amount of quality and what you're really getting is pretty substantial. It's pretty impressive. And I picked up also recently I picked it up from their website because they had it on sale. Gun Guy, written by Bill Wilson and Michael Mann, and it's basically a really cool autobiography on Wilson, and he just kind of takes you through an account of everything. I read the book literally in a couple of days. I just couldn't put it down. But yeah, it's called Gun Guy, Bill Wilson, The Rise of America's Most Influential Custom Shop Wilson Combat. And it's really neat to take a kind of a trip through as Wilson explains and talks about all of the things he did. And which is really neat because he's really like a self-made man. He started with the jewelry business. He was a watchmaker and all that, and doing all the repairs. But for that, he was also shooting these matches on the side, and realized soon that you needed the 1911 to kind of compete with all these guys. So when he started getting into it, he finally got it, realizing the box stock gun that he had was not going to cut it. So he, of course, sending it off to major, major companies or guys at the time that were doing really good custom work, and which led him to doing his own. So, but again, he talks about it in the book as well. But it comes to that question is, can you justify it? Like, I guess you could justify anything, but it really comes down to, is it something that you want to do? Is that a price you want to pay? Now, yeah, the price when you're talking when their products are, between $3,500 to $5,000, it depends where you want to land. For the most part, their CQB flagship gun, as I think it's pretty much the one that kind of put them on the map too. I mean, of course, they got one they called the 1996 model, which is the first one that they did. They first started building their guns in that year. But the CQB is kind of like their base. That's where they like, even Larry Vickers based his Vickers Elite tactical model off of that one and everything. So it really does have all the nice features on it that certainly separates it from a lot of other things. And so one of the things I must say I really like about it, that I didn't think I would like it as much, is the fact that they flattened the top of the 1911 and they put these serrations going down the slide and then on top. It's just something really slick about that. It's really awesome. But again, back to that thing, can you justify, $3,500? Is that kind of a thing you can justify? I've heard, and many people, they just say, no, I can't justify that. But so now, with the risk of sounding condescending or talking like down about other things, that's not the point here. The point is okay. You can't, if you think about it, 3,500 in the gun world, but then you have 5 other things that are not necessarily the best. With being bold and blatant, you have 5 crappy things, and you're fine with that. But you can't justify spending the same amount of money on those 5 items and get something that's extremely well made, that's going to last you forever. I feel that this pistol, this CQB, will outlive me by far. I don't think I will be able to shoot it out. I just won't. Not. So it's it just kind of think about that. And in the book, he actually talks about that. And again, I don't want to. I'm not trying to sound like the other things are other brands or whatever the choice may be. You can spend. I spend $600 on this other thing that works just fine, and it does. And and I'm perfectly fine with a lot of things. Like, far as the 45 goes, I have a Glock 30, and I love the thing. It works. It's rugged. I have no problem throwing it in a jacket or on my side and trekking through, when I go up to the mountain or anything like that. I mean, just without a doubt. And that's kind of the beauty of that, But and it does work. Now, is it the same quality and fit and finish as, say, the CQB? No, absolutely not. So it's almost like you're talking about trying to, it's like you can either go to this fast food place that's, going to run you about $10 for the meal, or you can go and, to a quality steakhouse and probably spend, $40-50 on the same kind of a meal. Do they both fill you up? Yeah. Is one better than the other? Yeah, absolutely. So again, I'm not trying to destroy or talk down about the say the other types of firearms out there in their prices, but yeah, I just for me, I obviously my answer to it. I was able to say, okay, you know what, given the opportunity and the position that I did have, I got rid of a lot of things to help offset the cost for it, and I just felt that these things are worth losing or getting rid of, in a sense, to get something that I felt was almost like the top finish line of for me 1911s. This thing is it's almost you almost can't top it. Yeah, so for me at least, it just definitely it meets that superb quality. And it's certainly amazing. So, but yeah, I mean, it's up to the end result, if you can, figure on doing that. And when you really think about it, the price tag is almost, sure, by any means, it's not cheap, but I've seen people spend on a really good rifle, hunting rifle or something with a scope and everything. Their whole package up, by the time it's said and done, after they've put everything on it, the rifle, the scope rings, the mounts, the glass and all that, they're into it, a few $1,000s easily. And so it just depends on, different slices for everybody else. Everybody's going to figure something different with it. So, yeah, I seen some people spend an exorbitant amount of money on, custom tuned revolvers and stuff for cowboy action. For Pete's sakes, look at a Colt Python. Look at what those things are going for. I mean, those things have entered the 3,000, 3,500, and I never thought those would ever reach any kind of money like that. Had I known that, which hindsight's always 2020, I would have bought a whole lot more of them back when I was running the shop and doing all that kind of stuff. I mean, because back then, I mean, you could pick them up for like $800-900. And that wasn't that long ago. Well, at least it doesn't seem like it to me. But time certainly does fly, doesn't it? So anyway, but yeah, it's always the question. You know, it's like, can you justify it? You know, a lot of people just, you know, like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. Just sit there and look at the price tag and say, I can't justify that. That's fine. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. You know, like I'm the same way with you know, I guess transportation. 4 wheels and a, you know, a seat and a steering wheel, and you roll it around. I mean, I don't. To me, as long as it gets me from A to B, I don't care. So I can't justify buying a Ferrari, but then some people do, and that's okay.